they stopped coming back. But I never closed the door. Maybe that's the part nobody understood. I wasn't holding on because I couldn't let go. I was holding on because I never stopped hoping. I kept the light on in the hallway, kept the spare key where it always stayed. Told myself they might come around someday. Even when the calendar kept turning pages, I stopped checking every time my phone would ring. But some part of me still expected everything. A familiar name, a familiar voice, somebody saying they were sorry for the distance and the noise. I told my friends I moved on. Maybe I almost believed it, but I never packed away the memories because somehow I still needed them. I learned how to live with empty chairs, how to make a crowded room feel bare. I stopped asking where everybody went, started acting like I didn't care. But every time the rain hit the window, every time the night got too quiet, I wondered if they remembered the place they left behind. I wasn't angry, I wasn't keeping score. I just never had the heart to lock the door. Maybe they thought I stopped waiting. Maybe they thought I finally moved on. But hope doesn't always make a sound. Sometimes it just keeps the light on. They stop coming back, but I never closed the door. I stopped expecting footsteps, still listen for them on the floor. I told myself I didn't need them, told myself I wanted something more. But every time the night got quiet, I still looked toward the door. They stopped coming back, and maybe that's the hardest truth. Sometimes you keep a place for people who already stopped keeping one for you. I don't know what I was waiting for, I just couldn't close the door. There were nights I almost did it, almost boxed everything away, almost changed the locks, almost threw the memories away. Then I'd remember how we used to talk like nothing could divide us. How somebody can be part of your life and somehow become a stranger beside you. I blame myself for holding on, then blame them for letting go. But the truth is somewhere in the middle, and I don't know which hurts more. Maybe people leave in pieces long before they disappeared. Maybe the distance starts growing while you're still standing near. I kept making excuses, they're just busy, they'll come back. But eventually excuses start becoming facts. The hardest thing about waiting is nobody tells you when to stop. There's no final conversation, no warning, no signal, just an empty space where somebody used to be. And you can keep the door unlocked for years if you want, but an open door can't make somebody choose to walk through it. Maybe they thought I stopped waiting, maybe they thought I finally moved on. But hope doesn't always make a sound, sometimes it just keeps the light on. They stop coming back, but I never closed the door. I stopped expecting footsteps, still listen for them on the floor. I told myself I didn't need them, told myself I wanted something more. But every time the night got quiet, I still looked toward the door. They stopped coming back, and maybe that's the hardest truth. Sometimes you keep a place for people who already stopped keeping one for you. I don't know where I was waiting for, I just couldn't close the door. Maybe closing it doesn't mean I hate them. Maybe letting go doesn't mean it wasn't real. Maybe I can remember what we had without needing them to return. I've spent too long confusing hope with healing, thinking if I waited long enough, the past would come back feeling different. But some doors aren't meant to stay open forever. Some people with chapters, not the whole story. And maybe the person I was waiting for isn't coming back because I'm supposed to become someone who doesn't need them to. So tonight I'll turn the light off, not because the memories disappear, not because I stopped caring, but because I'm finally choosing to stop waiting here. Stop coming back, and now I understand the door. It wasn't keeping them away, it was keeping me from moving forward. closed. Not locked, not bitter, just closed. And for the first time, I'm walking away from it too.